NFL owners unanimously approved Jacksonville's $1.4 billion Stadium of the Future Tuesday, a decision that should keep the Jaguars in one of the league's smallest markets for at least another 30 years. With the Jags, 1-5, getting ready to play the second of back-to-back games in London, NFL owners essentially ended decades of speculation about the franchise being a potential relocation candidate. 24 of 32 owners were needed to approve the project at the league's fall meetings in Atlanta. It was considered such a rubber stamp situation that Jaguars owner Shad Khan and team president Mark Lamping were allowed to skip the meetings and avoid 12 hours of travel from London to Atlanta and back. The Jaguars didn't anticipate much pushback, even though the 55 to 45% financial split, with the city on the hook for the majority of the deal, is higher than most NFL owners contribute to new or renovated stadiums. Each side will pay $625 million toward the $1.25 billion build. Jacksonville, which won't levy any new taxes to fund its part, will chip in another $150 million in deferred maintenance to get Everbank Stadium ready for construction. Construction is scheduled to start following the 2025 season. The Jaguars expect to play in front of a reduced capacity, no upper deck in 2026, and then host home games in Gainesville or Orlando the following year. They also could play multiple home games overseas, in London and possibly Ireland. The renovation agreement with the city allows the Jaguars to play up to 6 home games internationally between 2025 and 2027, with a maximum of 3 during the first 2 years, and up to 3 more in 2027. The project also will affect the annual Florida-Georgia game and the Gator Bowl. Florida and Georgia have bid their rivalry out for consecutive years, with expected destinations being Atlanta in 2026 and Miami, Orlando, or Tampa in 2027. The Gator Bowl is planning to play in Jacksonville in 2026 and potentially Gainesville in 2027. The stadium plan includes a 30-year lease, a non-relocation agreement, and a provision that limits the number of games the Jaguars can play outside Jacksonville. Under the new lease, the Jaguars would play all preseason and postseason home games in Jacksonville and would continue to play 1 home game a year in London, likely at Wembley Stadium. The Jaguars agreed to take on all construction cost overruns, assume day-to-day operations of the stadium, and bear 80.4% of game day expenses moving forward. The proposed 63,000-seat open-air stadium includes a translucent covering that's the equivalent of wearing shades in the sun, Lamping has said. It's expected to lower outside temperatures by 15 degrees. Capacity could expand to 71,500 to accommodate Florida-Georgia college football playoff game or the Final Four. Pools and a party deck will remain in the north end zone.